Hi everybody, this will be a little bit of a strange one. Since the beginning of this year I have the challenge with myself: when I buy a new record I have to pick a record and that has to leave the collection. That sounds very difficult, but surprisingly enough it has been very simple, and it has been, well, simple is maybe a little bit of a strong word, but I want to show you how I have done it, which strategy I follow, and I must say my shelves are now more empty, it feels good. So I have taken these 40 albums and show you how I went about it. I've bought this basket. I think originally it's for fruit, Dutch fruit. They carry apples in it. I take it, first idea was to sell records on the market. Till now I have used it to take my records to the record shop and get store credit. This all started, of course, because I had not enough room on my shelves. Something had to happen. This was about halfway last year. I keep part of my collection behind me and it was full. There was no more room. The stupidest thing is, of course, to stop buying records, because that's the most fun. Looking for records, finding records, digging, the enjoyment of finding something. So that made me the decision, something has to go. I have to let go of records that I don't listen anymore to, which are double. Maybe it's a reissue where I got original and so on. So I've taken these steps, or these records, and made some steps for myself. First thing I did was I made categories. I already did that, so we have some pop albums, some funk and soul albums, and some jazz albums. I always started with the pop rock because that is the section it's most easy to let them go. So if I take, for example, the first four, they're all by the same artist, by Joni Mitchell. On this I had to decide, what did I do? Well, of course, this is classic, as is For the Roses. I have to keep that. Here it was already that I said, this can go, I will not really miss it. This, on the other hand, is a live album, Shadow and Lights. I like that one. And this is later, beginning of the 80s. That one can also go. Then you go, for example, here with Lou Rawls. This is a stack of Lou Rawls albums. It shows how easy it is to collect records when you're not really looking for them. I was looking especially for this record. Let me see if I can pick it. This one, Lou Rawls, You've Made Me Very Happy. That's also the title. Yeah, You've Made Me So Very Happy. I love that song. The whole album is very good. I know the voice of Lou Rawls is special. Over time I got this one. This is one of his first albums. This is the very first. But I also got, while I was looking for this album, of course you come across other albums by Lou Rawls and you think, oh, only $1, let me take it with me. But actually they can go. I don't play these records. This I have now in two versions. That is also, of course, what happens. You finally find it, the next week you find another one. This is the US pressing and the UK pressing, which I want to keep. This is also something I picked up, but it is still sealed, so I have to see what I do with it, or how I will sell it. Till now the selling, what I have done, is every record which is below $5, I just take it straight to the record shop and get store credit. Maybe when there's a market I will collect more of them and just see if I can get a little bit of a higher price for them, but that's not really the goal, to get the highest price. I just want to make room on my shelves. So these are some early Lou Rawls albums I also can leave. These are the tools I really like. This is halfway 70s, and Lou Rawls really had a new peak in his career. I love those two albums. A lot of good songs on them. But of course you pick also up what comes later. You don't know how good it is. But I must say, these are not that good. When I'm not really sure, I take sometimes this book. I think you're all familiar with it. It's now also online, of course, for many years available. All music guide. In the past, when I started, I think I got this book somewhere at the end of the 90s. It's all printed, and I still love to go through it and see which albums are classics. This is also typical something that happens in my collection. Somebody makes a compilation, Jill Peterson, great music. Then I have to get volume 2, volume 3, and that is how it grows. There's some great music on these albums. I learned a lot of new artists. So if you take the first one, I think it introduced me to Cinematic Orchestra, which is more Build an Ark, Nicola Conte, Jazzanova, Matthew Herbert. But I got original albums because of that. So I don't play anymore these. So these can also go. These will probably go on Discogs. And now, this is a funny one. This is really, when I took this out, I thought, how is it possible? How can this be? This is all Bob James. I think it's at least 10, 15 albums Bob James. Am I a big Bob James fan? No. Why have I all these albums? I don't know. Well, I know the first one. The first three are really special. I mean, those are really jazz funk at its best. Then you have number 4, which is on the CTI label, and I love the CTI label, so I will collect almost anything from that label. But then you get Heads, which is still pretty good. Lucky 7, I didn't care about. One on One is again nice. It's all the albums Bob James did in collaboration with other artists are usually a little bit better as his personal albums. 8 is also nice. Sign of the Times can go. This is a nice live album. One on One is again with Earl Klug, which I like. This one can go. And you see them, you pick them up because you think, ah, nice, Bob James. And I don't know if people know which ones are now missing, because 2 are missing from the whole period from 75 till somewhere in the 80s. That's Hands Down and Genie. And I mean, last year, if I would find one of those 2, I say, wow, that's great, I have the collection complete. Now what? I mean, that was a lucky day then. I mean, and now I say, no, I don't have to have the complete collection of people. This together with Sanborn, I would like to keep it. This one can go, and this one can also go. But that's typically what happened. You acquire so much albums, and it's very hard to get rid of them because you want to have the complete collection. And now what I'm doing is really, I'm breaking up the collection of the different artists that I have. Jamiroquai, this was his latest album, Rock Does Lifetime, I think so, Dynamite. And this is first album, Emergency on Planet Earth. And this is the big change I made, because I don't only have, of course, a limitation on shelves, and I think everybody has it. You also have a limitation of time that you can listen to albums. And that is, I think, the biggest step I made, and why it is easy for me to get rid of these albums. Because if I want to listen to Jamiroquai, I will always take this one. But now I also see this one on the shelf, and I think, Dynamite, I have not played it in a long time. Maybe I should play that one. I almost feel guilty, because my heart wants to play this one. This is the fun album. Here are all the great songs. It's a special vibe on this one. So what do I do with this one? And then I decided, if I want to listen to Jamiroquai, I take this album, and these 2 can go. But then the same goes, of course, for the albums we went already through. So this is still a special one, but if I take the ones like these can go, I will never listen to this one. This will Earl Klug, which I like. Heads can go. And like I say, Bob James 4. Do I listen to that one? If I think Bob James, I will take one of the first 3. Those are the special ones. This is CTI. I want to collect everything by CTI. I don't want to collect any more. But this one can go also. First 3 are, of course, I want to keep. 3 with Winchester Lady. Lou Rawls goes the same. These 2 are special. This is a great album if I want to listen to some early. At some point, maybe I have to make a decision. Till now I say, don't really. But the early ones, I will not listen to those. It is special, of course, the first album by Lou Rawls. But I don't think I will have the time in the future to listen to them, because if I have in the mood to listen to some early Lou Rawls, I will pick this album. I know some of the songs, I want to learn this album more. So that can go. And the same goes for the 3 albums I selected for Joni Mitchell. If I want to hear some early Joni Mitchell, I will take this album. For the Roses, if I read the review, I think, yeah, you should keep it, but I'm not going to listen to it anymore, so that can also go. So the surprising thing is, from the 40 records we started with, this is what I'm keeping. So that is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 records. So from a little over 40 records we went back to 13 records. And this is making, of course, a lot of space on myself, and I don't know, but you could already see it a little bit. They are now not all fully packed anymore, they're coming spaces. And I have to go, this is the jazz funk section, so that was one of the sections I will do at the very end. I'm now, pop has already done, and I'm now in the soul funk section that I'm taking away records. But I must say I'm very happy with it, and I hope, as I showed, that it is, for me it's now, I have a clear mind in how I want to do it and what my collection should be. And my collection should really be the albums that I can pick blindly and really enjoy playing. Of course I'm curious how you guys are doing it, how you are keeping your collection a certain size, or do you let it grow? And the only thing which is limiting is just the shelves, and if they are full you buy new shelves. Let me know. I love to know how people are doing it, because it's so easy to buy records and to feel from artists, because you're gaining more knowledge, so you know which is missing, where he's playing on, and so on. I love also to buy new records, so I had to make a decision. But let me know in the comments how you're doing it. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.